Okay, so let's first go ahead and copy question number 8, okay? Because that's what we're doing first, okay? And then you're going to work on, ooh, my highlighter is white. That's why you can't see. Okay, so there you go. Now it's yellow. Okay, which of the following shows the correct simplification of that? So, guys, we're only doing 2 questions today, but I'm really worried because question number 9, we already did it many times, but question number 8, oh wow, this is the first time we're doing something like this with a variable. Okay, so let's pay attention today, everybody, okay? So, let me go into a new page, okay? And let me write down the question. I'm kind of stuck here because I'm trying to charge my little toy. Okay. You know. Oh no, what happened? I can't go back? There you go. So, shh, hush babies, is px minus 11 and that is equal to or greater than 10x minus 5. So, when you solve something like this, what is your ultimate goal? What is the thing that you're trying to do in the end, guys? What happened? Oh, thank you for your best answer so far. Yes, you gotta isolate the x. You gotta leave the x by itself, right? But what did Miss Choi say? She lives on top of the inequality symbol. I look to my right and to my left, and I see x's on both sides, right? So I'm going to have to move them together to one side. Whether I move the px or the 10x, it doesn't really matter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and move the 10x, okay? So there you go. So what I'm doing right now, because I want to have all the x's on one side, I'm going to go ahead and subtract the 10x from both sides, right? So then here is the difficult part, okay? Let's do the easy part first, which is the minus part, the 11, because that's not affected. I'm also going to just copy this. And then 10x minus 10x is a 0, and then I'm going to keep the negative 5. So we just did the easy part, but over here, this is the part that we are stressed out over. Okay? This is the part that's going to get you all scared when you try and solve this problem. Okay, so we have px minus 10x. We gotta make sure that we keep the x, right? So you know what? Let me try and write this out. It's px minus 10x. We're supposed to have only one x, but we have two x's still. We got px and minus 10x. So what are we going to do about this part right here, the px minus 10x? Can somebody tell me what I can do? Well, let's think in terms of what can we divide from both px and negative 10x. We can divide both Oh my goodness, you guys are so great. Yeah, we can divide x from px and we can divide 10x by x. Okay? So what that means is I'm going to pull out my x. Okay? And when I pull out my x, px divided by x is going to be p, and negative 10x divided by x is going to be negative 10. Okay? So then don't forget the negative 11 and the negative 5. Now again, if I want to leave the x by itself, I got to get rid of the negative 11, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add 11 to both sides, right? So then I have x times p minus 10, and then negative 11 plus 11 is 0. I copy this symbol over here, and negative 5 plus 11 is 6. I am not done yet because I still have to leave what? X by itself. And right next to x is what? P minus 10. This is the same as what? X times p minus 10. So if I want to leave the x by itself, all I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by p minus 10. And so I don't want to move on to the next page. So I'm just going to draw a red line over here, and then I'm just going to continue on over here. Okay? But my answer, if I divide these two, is going to go away. So x is equal to or greater than 6 over p minus 10. Now, guess what Miss Choi did? I went all the way to the end. But on the test, what they do is they write down all the steps and they want you to select the correct step. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to go back a little bit. And then you see this part right here. X times P minus 10 is equal to or greater than 6. That's going to be your answer, believe it or not. Okay? Because any of these steps over here is the correct answer, right? But the correct answer that you're going to select for the final, okay, is going to be that one right there. So let me just rewrite it for you because I don't want you to get confused. I didn't stop there because if I stop there, you might think that's the answer. And that's not the answer. This is the real answer, okay? But on your test, they're not looking for you to get this answer correct. They want to see if you can get one of the steps right. So your answer for this question is going to be X, and then P minus 10 grouped together is equal to or greater than 6. And that's going to be your answer for the test. Okay? Wow, Miss Troy's going this far and telling you what the answer is, so make sure you take good notes. Alright? Now I'm going to stop right... So I'm going to stop right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and make you solve the practice question, okay? Ready? Go. Hold on, let me find this first. Alright. Okay, guys. So, now we have to go back, and let's take a look at question number... Oh no, this is math 2. There you go, here's math 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy question number 9. And so you're going to copy this one right here. I am. Thank you. Okay, there you go. Question number 9. Which is the correct solution for the equation below? And we worked on this many times at the beginning of the semester. Okay, so let's see if we can do this together. And then you're going to work on 9A. And then that's going to be it for today. And then you're going to have Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, so let me just copy this. It's going to be 2 times r minus 1. Hush, babies. Shh. 2 times r minus 1. And then we go back. Minus 3 r minus 5. And that equals is going to be 9. So then now we have to solve it and go all the way so we can find out what r is equal to. Okay, so first thing we gotta do is we gotta what? Yeah, we gotta distribute, right? I know that's what you were trying to say, right? Distribute, and then we have to distribute this as well. Okay. Shh. So 2 times r is going to be 2r. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 3 times r is negative 3r. Negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15. And that equals 9. Okay? So now we're just going to combine like terms. Very easy stuff. So we're looking for r's, right? So then I'm just going to copy the r. And then I see the number at the front. Okay? And the number at the front is what? 2 and negative 3. So what's 2 minus 3? Negative 1. So I'm just going to put the negative and not the 1. Okay? So now I'm looking at all the regular numbers. Okay? And then I see a negative 2. I see a positive 15. Okay? So what's 15 minus 2? Yeah, so that's positive 13. And that equals 9. Oh no. Okay, there you go. Yeah. So now I got to leave the r by itself. Right? Yeah, you guys are so amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 13 from both sides. Okay? So then we have negative r, and then 13 minus 13 is 0, right? So that equals 9 minus 13 is? Negative 4. Am I done? No, because we cannot find out what negative r is equal to. We got to find out what r is equal to, right? So we got to get rid of the negative. How do we do that, guys? No, silly boys and girls. Yeah. So r is equal to what? And you are done. So we're going to move on. Okay? All right, hold on. So I want you to go back and solve This question right here, 9A, you see this? Okay, hold on. Ready? Go. Okay, so now what we have to do is copy question number 10 right here. We're working on this one right here. And then later, of course, you can work on 10A. And I think we all know how to do this one because it's so easy, right? So let me go to the yellow page. And uh-oh, I forgot the question already. So which value could x be if we're starting off with -4. And then x plus 5. And then we have to include the equal sign as well. And that is 7. Okay, so, oh my goodness, unfortunately, this question is too easy. What do you think I'm supposed to do? I gotta leave the x by itself. So what do you think I need to do, guys? Yeah, you are absolutely right. I gotta go ahead and subtract the 5 from all 3 sides, okay? So let's just go ahead and do that really fast. Subtract the 5, subtract the 5, subtract the 5. And so now you have -4 plus -5 is, we have the same symbol. So you gotta add the 2 numbers and keep the symbol. We keep the x, and then 5 minus 5 is a 0. And then that's equal to or less than 7 minus 5 is a 2. So then now let's think about this, because this is a multiple choice test. And I looked at the answers, and this is your answer, but they don't give you your choices like this. Okay? And then they just ask you, what is the correct solution, right? And guess what? They would ask you, hey, is -9 a correct solution? Hey, is 0 a correct solution? What about 2? What about 15? What about -16? So then they would ask you, what is the correct solution? And when you solve it, this is what you get. But because this is a multiple choice test, you're going to have to select from A, B, C, D, or E. So then why don't you tell me, what is the correct answer for this problem right here, guys? Is -9 going to be part of the answer? No, there's no equal sign. So -9 is not going to be part of it. But it has to be greater than 9. What about 0? Is 0 the answer? Yeah, because 0 is in between -9 and 2, right? And what about 2? Yes, because 2 is also in between -9 and 2. And it says over here, 2 is equal to, right? So 2 is part of the answer. What about 15? No, it's too big because it has to be smaller than 2, right? What about -16? No, because -16 is way smaller than -9. So you have 2 correct answers, and I told you that you can have more than 1 correct answer on the final, right? So your answer in this case would be B and C. Okay, so please make sure you keep an eye out for multiple correct answers. And that's it for today. You're going to do your practice question, and you can just, ready? Solve this question right here, 10A. Okay, and that's what I want you to do right now. Ready? Go.